Welcome back to the Ups and Downs podcast, I guess. But we don't know. It's changing every day. It could be a podcast, could be a short clip thing. But
Constantly evolving. We had a little hiatus that was unplanned because of technological difficulties, mostly on my side. Technology and I don't get along at all. I touch anything electric in this or electronic in this house, and it like short circuits always. So this is no different. I got locked out of the YouTube, you know, account that I had the first podcast on. So then I was trying TikTok, trying to be like one of the kids, and that was interesting. And I got a bunch of views on a couple posts, but that might be just my own like musings during random times when you're like not here because we're
yeah, we're trying it out. We'll see what happens. But no promises yet. We still haven't figured out the format, but that's okay.
yeah. There's a lot of things in life we're figuring out, and that's basically why we're doing this podcast because a lot of us are going through similar things. And
Well, one of the things we were talking about figuring out today is how it's fascinating with your kids how their good qualities you can absolutely fall in love with, especially when you see them in yourself and they're kind of mirroring it back. But the converse is true too. When you see their bad qualities, the qualities you don't like in yourself, and then they show them back to you, wow, does that drive you nuts, right?
yeah, we were talking about that this morning after they got off to school. How you just look at your kids with like googly eyes when they're I don't know. Yeah, what you said.
Well, when they mirror back the things you like about yourself and they're succeeding, and it's just easy to get really up with that, and it's easy to get down when they're doing something that you wish they weren't doing or that you do and are kind of mirroring in a kid version of. So it's just important to realize that it's not always about them. Sometimes it's kind of like your own
Oh
growth
yeah,
journey
a lot of
too.
the time. Right. There's a lot of triggers and stuff when with kids involved. And
Why are you laughing? Um, I think that with the triggers that happen with kids, a lot of times it's because the adults are really mad at themselves. The kids are kind of just doing the kid thing,
yeah,
but it's
and it
hard for us as the adult to not layer in our own emotion on top of that.
right. Absolutely. Kids are we have I got to start this over.
Okay.
That's horrible. I didn't mean
Welcome back. It's Monday, February 9th. I told Kissy we shouldn't like give dates on the podcast, but today's date matters because today is
Rocky's birthday. Our dog is 3 today, and he's the second Shih Tzu that we've owned together. So we thought we'd do an episode today to make it a little lighter than the last about pets.
pets, but mostly dogs
Mostly
and
dogs,
mostly Shih Tzus, really,
mostly
because I
dogs,
don't know
mostly Shih
much
Tzus.
about other
And
kinds
and
of
we're
pets.
we're completely beyond obsessed and in love with Shih Tzus. So
If you're thinking about getting a dog and you don't want to have to change your life in any way except in all the better ways, Shih Tzu. That's the way to go. Just do that. Thank me later. Be really happy and enjoy. Invite me to play with your Shih Tzu.
yeah. And before we get into it, I just want especially all the women out there and mothers to know that in the back of my head currently in 24/7 for the past week or so is the e-files and all of that and the president being connected and all the horrific evil things I've been learning. So I just like still trying to live life over here, but also and I feel like a lot of people are going through that. So I just wanted to say that. And maybe next time we'll go back to a darker tone and talk about that. But right now,
Well, there's got to be ups and downs, right? It can't be all down. That'd be a bummer.
wow, ups and downs. That's what it's called. Okay, so let's get to pets. So Rocky is our caramel, peaches and cream, excuse me,
Thank you.
peaches and cream Shih Tzu boy, who we've had for 3 years. And
No, we
before,
haven't
no, I'm
had him for
sorry,
3 years.
we got
He's
him when he
three
was
today.
we got him when he was 4 months old. I apologize.
Got to tell the story right. Confuse the
But
listener.
let's start with the first Shih Tzu that ever came into your life.
I was 10 when we got a little black and white boy Shih Tzu named Bulka for all those Russian speakers out there, but Balki for our English language audience. And he was just awesome. He was like very chill. The best way I can describe him is like they do what you want to do, and they're not looking to like get all crazy, right? Like Shih Tzus are there to hang out on your lap. They're there to take a little walk. They're there to play fetch a couple of times, but not all the time. And that was just a really great dog for like a chill, kind of relax the house vibe.
I'm sure he also was healing for you because you had many traumatic events, even though you were only 10 when you got Balky. Um, you know,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a dog's presence is so calming. I mean, at least the right kind of dog. We made a little mistake with Maybell though, huh?
yes. Oh, we can get into that, but okay. So you had Balky until you were. He died. We were together
14.
already. He was 14. No,
14.
17.
Oh, 17 years. Sorry, 17 years. Yeah.
He was 17. So you were probably like 24 or something when he died, and we met. We got our dog, our first Shih Tzu together. Her name was Bailey. Rest in peace, Bailey.
Mm.
She needed to be rehomed. Funny enough, so did Rocky. They both were purchased by families who realized soon in that they, for whatever reason, couldn't take care of their Shih Tzus. And both found their way to our home. So Bailey was the first on Mother's Day of 2009, and we were 4 months away from getting married and 1 week away from moving, or
In an
2 weeks
apartment that
away.
did not allow dogs.
Yeah, so for 2 weeks we lived with her in our apartment that didn't technically allow dogs, and she hated it there. She just sneezed all the time. She was like allergic to our apartment.
It was pretty ghetto. It was a bad place.
So then we moved into our condo with her, got married, and we were basically in a throuple while we lived there for about 5 years. It was glorious. I mean, I was a third wheel, I guess we could just say. She was obsessed with him,
She was
vice versa.
always on me somewhere, which was great. She
And
was
she was
such
the
a good
best.
dog.
And
Not a real active dog, though.
not a real active dog. She
No,
would
different than
stop.
Rocky.
If we took her on a walk, she would stop around a half-mile mark and just sit. Nah, I'm not doing it. So like when we had Zoe in that condo before we moved, um, when Zoe was 0 to 1, we lived there with her and Bailey, and we would take them both on walks, and Bailey would end up in the stroller on the way home, and I would be wearing Zoe, obviously, but
Or on the stroller bottom, yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, Bailey would be on the stroller bottom. So and then when we had Zoe, she was literally just she didn't not that she didn't care, she was just like, "Okay, great. There's another little one of you guys humans to love." And those first few weeks when Zoe wouldn't sleep and I had to be awake like feeding her and everything, I would watch me and Bailey would go into the living room with Zoe and watch Veep and just stay up all night like rage. It was great. And by rage I mean watch Veep and not sleep.
Yeah.
Then we moved into our current house. Technical difficulties.
Trapped on the mic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then we moved into our home, and Bailey must have been 6 at that time, and she lived until she was 16. About a year and change ago, she passed away. But Bailey became blind and deaf when she was maybe, I don't know, 14?
2 to 3
Yeah.
years, yeah.
Didn't slow her down. She just needed to be lifted places and spoken to like any old person, it'd be like, are you, you like yell into her ear.
Well, it's interesting because you think of your relationship with people evolving as they get older, but with pets too, right? It's not the same exact pet as you brought home on day
Right.
one, but there's still a really amazing depth to that relationship that only exists because you've gone through all those stages.
Yeah. She was the best. And then Rocky came into our life. He needed to be rehomed.
Unbelievable, really.
Unbelievable. That was when Bailey was 15. What are you doing? Oh.
Just make sure the computer was awake.
uh,
Hopefully the audience is awake too.
oh, is this boring?
I don't think so, but I don't
Oh,
know.
well,
People
then
might
why
not love
say
shit.
that?
They might not love Shih
Jesus.
Tzus the way I do.
Well, now they will. So
Oh, that's
Rocky
true. Yeah, that's right.
came into our life in 2023, and Rocky is literally like, I need to write a children's book about Rocky because he's so special and he has a voice that only those of us in this house can speak his voice.
That's got to be paid content. We'll
Yeah.
put that behind the paywall one day. I can't give that a shit out. No way. No, he's amazing. He's the like same breed and everything,
Different
similar
dog.
size, but totally different dog. Loves to run around,
Mischievous.
mischievous, loves to check on everything. I mean, just for example, in our backyard, there's a fence and then there's hostas along the fence. Bailey never, not once,
Notice them.
even ever thought about going behind the hostas.
Are you
That was to
insane?
her the real fence line, right? The hostas
Yeah.
are the fence, and the fence behind them is obviously you don't even go anywhere near
Right.
there.
He has peed
That's his
all
kingdom.
over every spot of the fence, the hostas. He buries stuff in there. We give him like bones and treats, and then he buries them out there. He digs out there with his nose. He dug a hole to find bunnies underneath our shed, and he doesn't want to harm them. He literally just wants to play with them. He's found birds dead and alive, and he just stands next to them and cries. I mean, he's technically a dog, but like
He'll watch a bee. Like if it
he'll
was,
stare at
he'll
a
be
bee
on the patio and he'll watch a bee fly in
for
front of him and
so
like
long.
stare at it with his eyes.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
it lands in front of him, he'll just like try to touch it and then be like, oh no. Like he's a lover of animals. And I think he and I might share a soul. I'm not entirely convinced we don't.
Well, so the equivalent of Bailey and my love affair was really now Kissy and Rocky because they are inseparable. He is her emotional support animal.
Staring
He
at
has
him
a
right now.
real
He
job.
does. He actually does. My therapist said that he is basically the definition of a therapy dog. Actually, you told me last night that at some point I fell asleep and it was like pillow, my head, his head.
Smushed all
Smushed.
together. Well, so today he's 3. We're very
yeah.
excited for him. He's still a puppy though, because he asked Kissy and she told him that he still gets to be a puppy even though
He's
he's
a
3.
puppy until he's 5, and then that's a baby
2
puppy.
is usually the cutoff, by the way, just in case our listeners don't know.
I think some people would even say 1. Some
1 even 2.
psychopaths.
Yeah, 1 to 2 maximum. Oh well, new rules.
Anyway, our puppy is a puppy until he's 5, and then he'll be a grown puppy, and then he just goes from that at 10 to adult, and then at 15 he'll be a grandpa. That's just how it works.
Grandpa Shih Tzu.
Grandpa Shih Tzu. However, last year we almost 2 years ago, I think. I don't know.
No, last spring.
Oh, last spring it was a Friday morning and we were watching like Good Morning America back when I
No, but it was the local station. They
trusted
had
anything on the news. Oh, it was a local station, that's right. And they said we are having an adoption event, a dog pet adoption event. I forget where it was. And why don't you come on down? Come on down if you're looking for a dog. And we didn't have anything on the schedule that day. You didn't have court. We were so in love with Rocky that we were just like, what if there's another Shih Tzu that also needs a home? And it was nice out. We wanted to go for a drive. It was like 45 minutes away. So we went thinking, oh, this will be fun. I don't know what got into us, but we left there with a dog. And she was...
No, like a horse. This thing was enormous. I've only had dogs that are 10 to 15 pounds, really.
Yeah.
And this dog was, I don't know, 60 something pounds,
maybe.
but growing, every day growing. And just really
she was a very
sweet, but
sweet
completely
girl,
insane.
batshit crazy. And Rocky didn't enjoy the company and would spend his 24/7 trying to hump her. Right. And it was really like
chasing, humping.
It was hard to watch. He wouldn't stop and she wouldn't stop him because she was so sweet. It was a bad environment. Like I didn't want...
We were not helping at that point.
Right.
We were not helping.
Right.
We tried for a whole month though, because we had a situation where they could give us some time to see if she worked for our family and vice versa. And Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and giving her back was a shitty, shitty moment, but it was the only right thing to do.
Yeah, and they found
But
her
she got
another house.
readopted,
Yeah.
yeah, so there's a happy ending to that
Oh,
story.
that was hard. That was hard. That was really hard. I felt like a piece of crap human for bringing a dog into our lives, into our kids' lives, and then giving her back. We bought like 3 different
Mhm.
crates, different sizes, like 20 different kinds of foods and bowls. Like we were so excited.
3 beds, I mean,
So many
we tried
beds.
very hard.
It just didn't work. And so that was our dog
But it's okay. We have
negative story.
Rocky.
But we have Rocky
He's
and
3.
yeah.
We're excited for him. It's also there's another birthday this week.
Oh yeah, well this week is exciting because Monday, Rocky's birthday. Wednesday, my birthday. Friday, Valentine's Day. Or no, Saturday. Sorry.
Saturday. A lot of love.
It's a lot of
Spread
love.
some love this week. We'll catch you again. Bye-bye.